Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Clara, and I'm so excited to be here with you today.
And I'm Mark. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we've got a really fun and relatable topic for you vacations.
Yes, vacations are something that almost everyone looks forward to. They're like little pauses in life where we can step away from stress, routines, and responsibilities.
Exactly. And what's amazing is that a vacation can look so different depending on who you are. For some people, it's traveling across the world to a new country. For others, it's simply taking a few days off to rest at home.
That's right. We'll be sharing some of our own vacation experiences, talk about why vacations are so important, and even give you some tips on how to plan a great one.
And you know what? I think talking about vacations is extra special because it also connects to dreams. Everyone has that one dream destination they want to visit someday, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. And I'm sure our listeners have their own dream vacations too. So as you listen, maybe you can imagine yourself on your perfect trip, whether it's lying on a beach, hiking a mountain, or even just enjoying a quiet coffee shop in your city.
That sounds so relaxing already. But before we dive into the details, let me ask you, Clara, when was the last time you had a vacation?
Good question. I think it was about 6 months ago. I went on a short trip to the mountains, and it was so refreshing. I'll share more later. How about you, Mark?
For me, it was last summer. I traveled with friends and it was unforgettable. But I'll save the story for later, too.
Perfect. So, listeners, stay with us. We'll talk about favorite vacation experiences, why vacations are essential for our well being, and some practical tips to make your trips even more enjoyable.
Grab your headphones, sit back, and imagine you're already on vacation with us. Let's get started.
All right, so let's dive into our first segment. What is a vacation? Mark, how would you define it?
Good question. For me, a vacation is any time you step away from your daily routine. It doesn't always have to mean traveling to another country. It could be something as simple as taking a weekend off, turning off your phone, and just resting at home.
That's true. Many people think a vacation has to be something big, like flying overseas or staying at a luxury hotel. But really, the key idea is taking a break.
Exactly. It's about changing your environment and giving your mind some space to relax. For example, even if I spend a weekend in my hometown but go hiking or camping, that already feels like a vacation.
I love that. Actually, there's even a term for staying at home during your vacation: staycation. Have you ever done a staycation, Mark?
Yes, I have. During the pandemic, traveling wasn't possible, so I had a holiday at home. I cooked new recipes, read books, and even tried learning how to bake bread.
That sounds fun. I think a staycation can be just as enjoyable as traveling if you know how to make it special. For me, a vacation is when I can disconnect from work and do things that recharge me, like visiting nature, eating good food, or just sleeping in without guilt.
Sleeping in without guilt? That's the dream. But yes, I agree. A vacation doesn't have to be far or expensive. It's more about the feeling you get from it, the freedom, the joy, the chance to live at a slower pace.
Totally. And I think vacations are personal too. For some people, a vacation is about adventure and excitement, like skydiving or scuba diving. For others, it's about peace and quiet, like reading a book by the beach.
Right. There's no one-size-fits-all definition. What matters is that it gives you a sense of escape and happiness.
So, listeners, here's a question for you. What does vacation mean to you? Is it travel, rest, adventure, or maybe all of the above?
We'd love to hear your answers. But for now, let's move on to our next segment, where we'll share our own favorite vacation experiences.
Mark, what's your favorite vacation memory?
Oh, that's easy. A few years ago, I went hiking in Switzerland. The mountains, the fresh air, the peaceful scenery. It was unforgettable.
Wow, that sounds amazing. For me, My favorite vacation was in Bali. I loved the beaches, the food, and the culture. I tried surfing for the first time, and although I wasn't very good at it, it was so much fun.
That's awesome. Vacations are not just about the place, but also about the experiences you have.
Exactly. Sometimes even small trips with family or friends can create the best memories.
So, Clara, we've shared some fun stories about vacations, but let's go a little deeper. Why do you think vacations are actually important?
Great question. For me, vacations are important because they give us a chance to reset. Life can get so busy work, school, responsibilities, and sometimes we forget to just breathe. Vacations remind us to slow down.
I love that. It's like hitting a pause button in life. And honestly, our bodies and minds really need that. There's research showing that people who take vacations regularly are less stressed, more productive, and even healthier.
Exactly. And I've experienced that myself. After I take a break, I come back to work with fresh energy and new ideas. It's almost like my brain gets recharged.
Same here. I once had a period where I didn't take any vacation for almost 2 years. I thought I was being productive, but actually, I was just burning myself out. When I finally took a short trip, I realized how much I needed it.
That's so true. And vacations aren't only good for our mental health, they also strengthen relationships. Think about family trips or traveling with friends. You create memories together, you laugh, you sometimes even get lost together.
Oh yes, getting lost on vacation is almost a tradition. But you're right. Those moments bring people closer. Some of my strongest friendships were built during trips.
Another reason vacations matter is learning. When we travel, we experience new cultures, new foods, and new ways of living. Even a short trip to a nearby town can open your eyes to something different.
Absolutely. Traveling teaches you things you can't learn from books or the internet. You talk to people, you see how they live, and you realize the world is bigger than your daily routine.
Yes, and I think that makes us more open minded and grateful. Sometimes, after a vacation, I come home with a new perspective and more appreciation for what I have.
That's beautiful. So to sum it up, vacations are not just a luxury. They're important for our health, our creativity, our relationships, and our understanding of the world.
Exactly. They're like fuel for our lives.
I love that. Fuel for our lives. So listeners, if you've been feeling tired or stuck, maybe it's a sign you need a little break. It doesn't have to be expensive or far away. Even a short walk in nature can be a mini vacation.
Yes. The key is to step away, recharge, and come back stronger. All right, so we've talked about why vacations are important. Now let's get practical. How can we make vacations more enjoyable and less stressful?
Good question. I think the first tip is plan ahead, but don't overplan. I used to make very strict schedules like at 9 a.m., visit this museum, at 10:30 eat here, at 12 go there. By the end, I was exhausted.
That sounds more like a business trip than a vacation.
Exactly. Now I make a simple plan with a few must-do activities, but I leave space for spontaneity. Some of the best moments on vacation happen when things aren't planned.
I totally agree. My second tip is set a budget. It's so easy to overspend when you're on vacation because everything feels special. I used to buy too many souvenirs. At one point, I had 5 almost identical keychains from different places.
I've done the same with fridge magnets. But yes, a budget helps you enjoy without regret later.
Another tip travel light. Seriously, you don't need to bring your whole wardrobe.
Oh yes, I once traveled with 2 giant suitcases for just 1 week. Carrying them around the airport was like an extreme workout. Never again.
Lesson learned. When you pack light, you move easier, and you spend less time worrying about your luggage.
Here's another one. Try something new. Vacations are the perfect time to step out of your comfort zone. It could be trying local food, learning a few words in another language, or doing an activity you've never done before.
Yes, like my surfing attempt in Bali. Even though I fell so many times, it's one of my favorite memories.
Exactly. It's about collecting experiences, not just photos.
Speaking of photos, another tip is don't spend the whole vacation behind your camera or phone. Take pictures, of course, but also put the device down and just enjoy the moment.
That's a good one. Sometimes the best memories are the ones you really live, not just record.
And one last tip be flexible. Sometimes things go wrong. Flights get delayed, it rains, or your plan changes. Instead of stressing, see it as part of the adventure.
Yes. I remember once it rained the whole day during my trip. At first I was upset, but then I ended up spending the day in a cozy cafe, talking with locals. It became one of the highlights of that vacation.
That's the spirit. So, to sum up, our tips are plan but don't overplan, set a budget, pack light, try new things, enjoy the moment, and stay flexible.
Exactly. With these, your vacations will not only be smoother, but also more meaningful.
So, Mark, after everything we've talked about, from defining vacations, sharing our favorite experiences, and giving practical tips, what's your personal reflection about vacations?
Hmm. For me, vacations are not just a break, they're like a reset button. Whenever I travel or even just take time off, I feel like I come back with a clearer mind and a happier heart. It reminds me that life isn't only about working or achieving goals, it's also about enjoying the journey.
I love that. For me, vacations are about balance. We can't always be productive 24/7, and that's okay. Taking time to rest or explore is not wasting time, it's investing in ourselves.
Exactly. And sometimes, the best part of a vacation is the memories we bring home. 10 years later, we might forget what emails we answered or what deadlines we met, but we'll remember that sunrise on a mountain or that laughter with friends during a road trip.
Yes, those little moments become stories we carry forever. And I also think vacations teach us gratitude. When I travel and see different lifestyles, I come home with a new appreciation for my own life.
That's so true. Even small things, like your own bed or your favorite local food, feel extra special after being away.
Absolutely. So, listeners, here's something to reflect on. When was the last time you gave yourself a real break? If it's been a while, maybe this is your sign to plan one, big or small.
Yes. And remember, a vacation doesn't have to be expensive or far away. It can be a day trip to the countryside, a weekend with family, or even just switching off your phone for a day and enjoying your surroundings.
Right? The key is to be present, to enjoy, and to recharge.
Well said. So, Clara, what's one dream vacation you still want to take someday?
Oh, good question. I'd love to visit Japan during cherry blossom season. I imagine walking under the pink trees and eating sushi every day.
That sounds beautiful. For me, I'd love to visit New Zealand and see all those amazing landscapes. Maybe even pretend I'm in a scene from The Lord of the Rings.
That would be epic. Okay, listeners, now it's your turn. What's your dream vacation? Share it with us in the comments or on social media. We'd love to know.
Yes, and who knows, maybe sharing it is the first step to making it real.
All right, I think it's time to wrap up today's episode.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through the world of vacations. We hope this episode inspired you to plan your own little escape.
Don't forget to subscribe, share this podcast with your friends, and leave us a comment about your favorite or dream vacation.
Until next time, take care of yourself. And don't forget to take a break when you need it.
Exactly. Life is better with balance.
Bye, everyone.